Hey student, how about learning verb opposites? 20 verbs with only 10. Coming up. Hello student! Teacher Prix here with another lesson for you. Thank you so much for joining me on another English video. If it's your first time here as usual, I appreciate you coming here and watching my lesson. Make sure to subscribe because from Monday to Friday, I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. If you are coming back for more, if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support. Thanks for participating. It means a lot to me. Let's dive into the content, my friends. I don't have much time. Opposites. Learn 20 verbs with only 10. Haha, yes. This is actually a strategy I like to use because that way you can learn vocabulary and practice. At the same time, what do I mean by practice? You save time because you are studying 10 verbs or any other word you want, okay? And at the same time, you're practicing learning the opposite of that verb or of that adjective or whatever word you're studying. Actually, this is a technique that I use whenever I am studying vocabulary. I already check the opposite. And to avoid translation, I always look up synonyms and the opposite words, the antonyms. So this is a very productive way to increase your vocabulary, to learn more words, but learn new words based on the words you already know. So this is a really productive way to learn new words based on the words you already know, okay? Now, that's what I was trying to say. By learning opposites, it'll be easier for your brain to memorize whatever word you're studying because you're not just learning the definition of that word, you're now learning the opposite. And there is a good chance you could know the opposite already, okay? Excellent, my friends. To arrive. To arrive means to get to a place. So when you get to a place, you are going somewhere, and when you finally get there, you arrive. Okay, you have arrived at your destination. Congratulations. Now, the opposite of arriving is to leave. To leave means to get out. So I leave work at 5 p.m. Well, I don't leave work because this is my home. So I never leave. I never leave my office. No, I'm kidding. So I arrive at work. I get to work at 9 a.m. So what does this mean? I go to work by bus, by car, and I arrive there at the office or at a company, at 9 a.m. That's when I arrive. And I probably start work at 9:20, 9:30. I have a coffee with my colleagues, and then I start work at 9:20. People here in Brazil usually do that. They get to work, they arrive at work, they get to work around 8:30, 8:40, 8:45. And then they start work at 9. Okay, so tell me, what time do you arrive at work and what time do you start work officially? Haha, let me know. And leave work is different from finishing, okay? You conclude, I finish work at, 5 p.m. And I leave work around 5:30, 5:20, 5:10, 5:15. So that's the idea. You get out of the place you are, you leave, okay? Now, there are other examples, there are other situations where you can use these verbs, okay? Awesome, moving on. To remember. Remember my nail. Oh, I broke my nail. Oh, man. Oh, fine. I don't like when that happens. To remember, it's when you have something in your head, in your memory. Okay, so either a phone number, a name, something important that you have here. You have the information in your brain. You remember. Now, the opposite is easy. It's to forget. Now, it may be easy for you, but not for all the people watching the lesson. Now, I see many people confusing remember and forget. Remember my name, yeah. I can't remember names very easily. Honestly, I sometimes forget people's names. And another problem, I always forget where I put my keys. This happens to me quite a lot. Or even my phone, I sometimes forget where I put my phone. I don't remember. I don't have in my memory the location, the last location where I left, past of leave, where I put my phone. Oh, big disclaimer. All the verbs I'm showing you here may have different translations being used. They can be used in different situations, so be mindful of that, okay? If there is a verb you see here and you think, oh, but I use this in a different way, it's cool, chill. That's possible, my friend, and you should, okay? Awesome. So I always forget where I put my keys. Does that happen to you? Do you forget things easily? Or do you have a good memory and you remember everything? So you see, what am I doing? I'm not just showing you vocabulary. I am giving you examples. I'm telling you real life examples. This is what I always tell my students to do. You are studying a new word? Okay, awesome. But try to create an example that is true for you. Now, this is true for me. I always forget where I put my keys, where I put my phone. Oh, my hairbrush. I was a little late because I couldn't remember where I put my hairbrush. As you can see, I'm not very organized. I know, it's awful. So I can't remember, I forget where I put things. So this is true for me. So what example can you create with forget that is true for you, that happens to you? Oh, teacher, I never forget names. I never forget anything. I have a perfect memory. Good for you, buddy. Next. 3, to find. Now, find may have other translations, keep that in mind. To find, basically, is to discover something by accident. You're looking, you're walking, and then you found something, you discovered something. You didn't know the place of, you didn't know the location of something, and you see it. By accident, you see something by accident, but you didn't know that object was there. So, for example, let's imagine that I don't know the location of my phone. I don't know where I put my phone. So I walk around the house, and then I look at my refrigerator and I found it, my phone, okay? So that's the idea. I found it, that's my phone. So that's the idea. You find something because you didn't know where it was and you need it to find, or by accident, you were not planning. This happens a lot. Something that happens to me, I always find money on the street. Talk about luck. I'm a lucky person. Are you a lucky person? Let me know in the comments. I'm a very lucky person. I'm always finding coins, finding money, finding what else? Yeah, money, pretty much. Money, coins. Yes, I have found cash, the bill. I have found it, believe me. Money is always making me find it. Now, the opposite of find is lose. I do not like to lose. Do you like to lose? But we sometimes lose things. I always lose my keys. It could happen. You can lose things temporarily. Maybe you didn't lose it in the city or at work. Maybe you lose it in your apartment. You don't know where it is. You lost it. Oh my God, where's my phone? Oh, found it. Here it is. So you can lose things, but not forever. You can lose them temporarily. This is the best kind of losing. When you know you're going to find it. It's just a temporary problem. Anyways, my friends, to teach. Teach and learn. Oh my God, this is something you guys confuse a lot. And when I say you guys, people who participate and post comments on my channel, Teacher, thanks for learning us. No, that's not my job. My job is not to learn you. My job is to teach you, okay? I teach English. You learn English. That's the opposite. Many, and I'm not exaggerating, this is real true. Many people confuse teach and learn. Now, if you pay attention at the word teacher, teacher comes from the verb teach. Teacher. I teach. I teach English on YouTube. You learn English on YouTube. How fun is that? Right now, I learn Italian on YouTube. I follow 2 channels. Yes, only 2. Can you believe that? But teacher, there are hundreds of channels. Why not? Less is more. When we watch too much information from many different people, we can get confused. So I chose 2 very good teachers, and I always watch their lessons, their grammar lessons, vocabulary lessons, vlogs, tips, because it's something that I always talk to you guys, and I follow the recommendations I give you. Less is more. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. So I'm not saying that you have to stop watching all the channels you like, but I have come across many English learners who watch way too many channels, but there's no quality. They don't do anything productive about the lessons they watch. Now, whenever I watch these teachers, these YouTube channels, these 2 channels, only 2 channels I watch, I always have a pencil, notebook, I write down, I pause, I practice pronunciation, I repeat, I watch 3-5 times the same video, different days of the week, because I'm really studying. So think about that. Now, do I do this every day? No. Depending on the day. There are days when I just sit down and watch, but there are days, and many good days, like very frequently, when I really sit down to study. I put my phone away, I focus on the lesson, okay? Moving on. To win. Winning. Who doesn't like to win, right? To win is to succeed in a competition or in a contest in something. To be victorious. Congratulations. You won a $500 prize. No, that's not true. The opposite of win is to lose, okay? Oh, and hey, lose can also be the opposite of finding. So you see, there are different situations. So you can lose an object, but you can also lose a competition, lose elections, for example. Okay, so Obama won. Yeah, he won. He was victorious. He won the elections in 2008. I don't like to lose. I prefer to win. How about you? Excellent. And hey, if you're enjoying this lesson, make sure to hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube understands that Teacher Prix is nice, so YouTube will recommend my videos to other people like you. And it also means that I'm doing a good job, that you enjoy my lessons, and you support the channel by hitting the like button, by sharing. And if you are not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, more than 50%, I believe 61% to be more exact, of the people who watch my lessons, who like, who share, are not subscribed. By subscribing to my channel, you're also helping me, and you will be notified of all the new videos and lessons and updates that I post here on my channel. All right, moving on. To catch. In this case, okay, catch has like gazillion translations. To catch a bus, a train, to take a bus, to take a train, okay? Now, the opposite of catch in this case, okay, big disclaimer, is to miss. So if you want to catch the bus on time, you have to go. You have to get out, to leave. You have to get out now. You have to leave now. Very important. If you catch a bus in the morning here in São Paulo, you definitely need to leave very early, because if you miss your bus, my friend, yeah, things get ugly here in São Paulo. Now, the opposite of catch is when you miss. You don't, maybe something happened and you didn't take the bus. You forgot it. You were late. Not on time. So, oh no, I can't believe I missed my flight. I don't have money to buy another ticket. This happens to many people. We have to be careful. Be on time. Be early, actually. If you're flying, always get to the airport before your flight, like 2-3 hours. International flight, 4 hours. I'm not kidding. You never know. You could get traffic. You could get lost. Be on time. Number 7, to land. To land. When you temporarily, it's not forever. And if my sister's watching this, pay attention. It's temporarily, Pachi. Temporarily. When you temporarily give something to someone, after some time, this person needs to give it back. Return that thing to you. You know, my sister borrowed my hairbrush, you know, and she never gave it back. So I lent it to her. Actually, I gave it to her because what am I gonna do, right? Life's hard. But in her defense, I also borrowed her, I think, scarf. No, it's a cardigan, and haha, it's mine. I haven't returned it. Haha, I'm a bad sis. Anyway, so you temporarily give something to someone, okay? This person needs to return it to you. It's not a present, it's not forever, okay? Now, the opposite of land is to borrow. Now, to borrow is when I take something from you. So I take something from you temporarily. Land, I give you something temporarily. To borrow, I take something temporarily from someone, okay? So be careful with the pronouns. If I say, can I borrow your pen? I'm asking if I can take your pen temporarily, remember, okay? So I'm asking if I can take it from you for a few minutes. Can I borrow your pen? So can I borrow your phone? Maybe I need to make a phone call and my phone is not working. So I look at you and I say, hey, can I borrow your phone? Of course, here it is, Priscilla, no problems. And then I run away with your phone. I'm kidding. Now, lend is when I give. Now, you can change the pronouns and I could use the same verb in this question. Hey, can you lend me your phone? No problems, okay? So that's the idea. Many English students confuse borrow and lend. So take a look at these examples, at this explanation I just gave you. It's going to help, okay? So John never lends me his iPad. So he never lets me use his iPad. He never gives me his iPad for me to play temporarily, okay? It's not forever. Now, you can borrow my phone. You can take my phone if you need. No, you can't. I'm kidding. Moving on, to buy. To buy, you need money, okay? If you want to buy something, you need cash. You need green. You need Trumps. You need money, my friend. Now, you will obtain something by paying for it. You use cash, credit cards, you name it. To sell is the opposite. So let's imagine I have my phone, and I don't want it anymore. You know, I don't like it, but it's new, so I want money. I want some money on this phone. So I go on the internet and I sell my phone for $100. So you can buy my phone because I am selling it. I am telling people that if they want my phone, they have to pay $100 and then they can have my phone, okay? So very important verb. Examples, I intend to buy a new car this year. Not true for me, but I do intend to buy, well, it's not really to buy, but to pay for a treatment for my teeth. I need to buy a treatment. I'm not very excited about it, but I need to do this. I'm getting the courage to do it. But I will eventually, I believe in March or April, I will start. But oh well, but first I need to sell my old one. So I don't have a car, so I don't need to sell any car, okay? Tell me, do you buy things on the internet or do you sell things on the internet? Okay, let me know. Moving on. To start, this could be the start of something new. Start, everybody knows start. And if you don't, sorry. Start means to begin. to initiate, to do the first part of something. You know, when you buy a book, what do you need to do after you buy the book? You start to read it. Okay, so you begin. Synonym, begin, start, okay, to initiate. The opposite is to finish. Now, the opposite could also be and, okay, but I decided to choose finish. I preferred personal choice. Of course, that finish and can be used in, will be used in different situations. You can't use and finish in the same situation, okay? So check the dictionary. They are different, even though they may have the same idea of concluding something. They are used in different scenarios, okay? Now, I started college in 2016, and when you finish watching this video, share it with your friends. Ah, hello. Yo. When you finish your homework, you can play outside. Such a good mama. And finally, to send. To send is to make something be taken to a place, especially by mail, email, radio. So I send an email, I send a message. So I write my message on my phone, then I push the button, send, and my message magically goes to you. So I sent you a message miraculously. Now, what happens after I send you my message? Well, you receive my message, you get my message, okay? So, hey, I sent you an email this morning. Have you read it? No, sorry, I didn't have time to read, but I received, I got your message, okay? Very common actually, by the way. Hey, I got your message. I got your email, your text, okay, whatever. Oh, I got a postcard from mom and dad. Man, who sends postcards? Do you even know what a postcard is? Depending on how old you are, you may not even know a postcard. Postcard is a piece of paper from a location you're visiting. You know, let's say you're visiting Rome. You buy a small piece of paper that has a beautiful picture of Rome. Then you can put your name and the person's name that will receive this postcard and say hello. It's like a letter. But even letter, do you know what a letter is? Anyways, it's not so common to send postcards to people anymore. The physical paper, you know, the material, the postcard. People usually send emails, messages. They do stories on Instagram. They do lives. I have a friend who is in Australia and she does live videos. So that's how people communicate nowadays. But I like the good old-fashioned postcard. I really think they're very nice and personal. It shows you are worried about the person and you care. You care enough to stop your day, buy a postcard, go to the post office, and send it. So for me, it means more than just an email, a message. It means a lot, actually. So I got a postcard from mom and dad. Man, who sends postcards? D. Excellent, my friends. I gotta go because I got a class, but I want you to come back here in the comments and choose one verb, maybe two, maybe three. Depends. Remember, study time. And I want you to write an example with the verb and the opposite verb that you have learned tonight in this lesson. And if you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to share it with your friends, because by sharing it, you help other people find this information more easily. Other than that, have a lovely day or a lovely night, and I will see you tomorrow for another lesson. Bye-bye.